in this session we are going to learn is how we can use the different web services in a Power Automate. So what are the different kind of services? So here I have shown you in this image, I am showing the paragliding image to you. So why that is paragliding image is here? So in US and UK or in different countries, there are some approval required if you are going to do the paragliding in specific area. So the approval to do this, that kind of approval they are having, they need to go at that location. Then you think that how they will approve and all. So wherever you are going to do the do for paragliding, you need to go there and you need to raise the request. I'm interested to do the paragliding here. So you submit the request, and once it will get approved, then only you are allowed to do the paragliding in that specified area. So how we can implement it, how we can, so in the paragliding most important part is the weather. So it's a wind means weather condition based on the wind speed, then wind direction, then temperature and humidity. All these parameters are considered in while doing the paragliding. So here what we do in while doing the paragliding, so what we do, we are doing we create one SharePoint list, and through that list we perform the approval process for the paragliding. Okay, so what I do initially, you know how we can implement the approval process, but first thing we need to raise the request. Okay, raise the request and how it will raise the request. So what I do, I'll create one list here. In that list I say paragliding approval list. The name of list is paragliding approval. Okay, so this is a list name, and I'll say create. So this session will capture the parameter of a weather from the specified work web service, and based on the location where you are standing and where you want to do the paragliding. Okay, so here is a title column. I just rename that title column. I'll go here list setting, and I rename it with the request ID. I close this or image. So I say request ID. I rename that column title with the request ID is unique request ID. After that I will add a few more column. Consider the requester name. We maintain the single line text here. After that we pass the different so here temperature of that area, temperature, then I keep it as a single line text. Okay, so this parameter will not filled by that person, it will automatically captured by the web service. So next parameter is wind and gust. So wind and gust means what is the wind condition, wind flow and all. Okay, next parameter I'm just create column. Here I say wind speed. So I'm not managing the internal name and display name, but you keep habit working on internal name and display name. Then next is visibility. Okay, so I'm maintaining all these parameters here. Dew point is also there. Okay, I maintain everything in a single line text. Okay, now moving here. Okay, I'll close this. Okay, and I'll say create here. Here I'll say create. Okay, so I will choice here instant or schedule or automated loud, instant loud flow trigger manual. I select this manual flow. Okay, so manually trigger flow. So I select this and I say paragliding approval flow. Okay, so paragliding approval. See guys, here you will say that how the system will recognize these things is based on a location where you are from where you have raised the request. So basically it works perfectly on a mobile devices, not on your desktop. So you need to install the Power Automate app, and you need to log in with your credentials, whatever the credentials we provide here. So that credentials you need to log in and start data flow. Then it will automatically capture that. We check that what it will display from my system details. Okay, so this is I pass some input details here. Okay, it's taking some input from here. So what I do, I'll not pass anything here. So I just go here and new step here also. See, if you want to pass few manual details, so what details will required. So here request ID which will automatically generate, requester name will required, then this parameter, this will automatically capture. Okay, so one more column I'll add, type of type of parachute. Okay, type of parachute. Okay, I'll keep it a single line. Okay, so I'll added one more column there, type of parachute, just to show you how we can manually pass the inputs in your flow. Okay, so actually we're going to trigger it manually. Let's me refresh it. Okay, so I'll say add new, okay. I'll say single line text and input type is input. Please enter the text. So here enter title, the length should be okay. So title for that, see, requester name. Okay, so requester name, the manual again one more field. So what kind of type of field you want to pass, number, date, yes, no, these are the different data types here. So another one we have type, parachute type, parachute type. Okay, so here two parameters I'm taking, after that I'm taking new action now. So here manually you need to pass two parameter. How it work, I'll just show you. So let just contain one trigger and one action. So there is no action, so I will contain one trigger and one action. I pass the action here. So what action we are going to do, we are going to create item. So it will create item in a list. Let me say create item. So our list is ready here, pending paragliding approval. I just copy this URL of list, my Caesar revision demo list is there. I pass the, say, enter custom value, control V, and here our list name will appear, paragliding value. Okay, so here now we are creating a new item, so you need to keep a habit to rename the action here. So I'll say that new request. Okay, so here new request, after that manual trigger, new request. So request ID, you know the request ID, here is the requester name, request ID. So how you can generate the request ID, see here, request ID is based on consider the request ID will be the based on some para hyphen and ID. Okay, like this way we generate the request ID. But here one thing I did one mistake here, I want to use the ID column for request ID, but this is a new request, but this is the, we are creating a new request, so the entry will not get, even entry will not get added here. Same time I am asking to create the request ID, it will not work out, it will not. So whenever you are registering any form, at same time it will show you the request ID, no, whenever you submit, then after sometimes you will get a pop-up, your request ID this, or you will get email notification. Okay, same way either will can generate the request ID afterwards. So what I do, I'll change the type, means setting, this setting, I made this request ID as non-required field. So I'll go here and say no. Okay, and say okay. So request ID change, refresh it, so that this asterisk will be vanish and this message will not display. Let's see. Okay, condition was not saved, so I'll see create SharePoint create list item. Let me check. Enter. Here I pass the URL. Here is my list. Let's select paragliding for list and show in advanced. See here. Okay. So request ID is not the requester name. You know the requester name. We will take it from here. So manual trigger. Here I have passed the two parameters. Oh sorry. Earlier it was not saved. Again I will create two parameters. The requester name. Okay. Again I will create. Okay. So basic things. So we take it. Okay. So here requester name, it will came from the manual trigger. So what is requester name? And so type. So here you can see what type of parachute here. So I will pass the parachute type. Okay. So these details I have passed here. Okay. So I create the item and it saved it. Let me check how it works. Okay, I have saved my flow. It's a saving. Okay, now test. Do one test here. So what I do, I'll go here, got it, and I run the flow. Okay, so it asks me the permission. It's okay. I'll say continue. Okay, requester name say Raju Bhatt. Parachute type say XYZ. And good now. We are just checking that done. Okay, running here. Let me check in our list entry is created or not. Through our flow, see Raju Bhatt request came. And XYZ is parachute. Two parameters we have taken from requester, but request ID yet not generated. So to generate the request ID, what you need to do? Again, we need to update the entry, because once request created, then ID will generate and then we'll update it. So I'll say update here. Keep in mind that otherwise, while creating the request same time, if you try to find get the request ID, then it will not work out. So here list name. So what is the list? Okay, and this is id from create atom from this field. Okay, so once this atom is created, then we can refer the newly created atom id here. Okay, so here I pass the id. So others are not required field, but our main intention is to generate the as a para, and I use this id here. Okay, and save this and trigger last action. So here automatically perform the starting action trigger with recent success and I say test. Recent success action and it's working and I say refresh it. Okay, means I use the last instance para to create it, because ID for this one ID is the second ID. Okay, so this is for fine. Okay, next thing is we need to fill the details of temperature and all other remaining details. Okay, so how I can pass those details? So for that purpose we need to give one web service is there. Okay, so we need to access that web service. So what I do, so I'll go here and say weather. Okay, so I check any weather web service is there. Weather. See MSN weather. Okay, MSN weather is there. So I'll select MSN weather. Okay, so which get current weather, get forecast for today, get current weather, this current weather condition. So it automatically, but it requires some parameter. So what parameter it requires? It requires location, city, and there are different landmarks. So what I do, so here I'm manually triggering this flow. While manually triggering this flow, it also captures some parameter. Okay, so what parameters are there? Username, then country, region, city, state, street. But I want exact location. So latitude and longitude will give me the perfect location. So I just pass these two parameters without any comma. Okay, so what happened, it will, and here units, unit metric. Okay, I set the unit as a metric. So what happened, it will capture the weather for this specific longitude and latitude through the MSN web service. Okay, now their action added. So from this action we try to capture the parameter temperature. So for C, get current weather, that action is there. From that we capture the parameter temperature, wind and gust, wind speed, wind gust
The
speed.
longitude is missing.
Sorry,
Longitude is missing.
latitude and, oh sorry. Okay, so here again longitude. Okay, so I have to explain. Sorry. Thanks for clarification. So temperature. So requester name temperature, again wind and gust. So here just pass wind and gust. So wind speed there, wind speed, then consider wind speed, gust, wind gust speed is also there. Wind speed, wind gust speed. Okay, and also we pass some direction. Okay, so means wind is flowing in that direction, like that. Okay, so that direction is there, wind direction, dew point, latitude, condition, last location, temperature, distance, wind direction. Okay, so it gives perfect details. Wind speed, wind speed, so wind speed, I think double parameter is there, no problem. Visibility, visibility distance. Okay, visibility means, okay, and dew point here. Okay, so this parameter I have captured and I say save. Now again I will execute trigger this flow. Request ID is not there because request created, and we update the request ID here again. All the parameters are not required, so no need to reset it again in update action. If any parameter is required, so at that time again in update action you need to use that parameter. Okay, so here again I test, use my previous instance, test, and also field error, invoke connection override field because could not find a valid connection, reference name, reference image weather. Okay, so here ms weather connection. Okay, they are saying there is an issue with this connection. So what I do, save this. Okay, let me check what is the issue with the connection in MSN weather connection. Maybe here is permission is there, but for this there is no permission, so I say edit. So I'll go here. See, our this email ID don't have permission on MSN weather. Okay, so that's why it's creating managed connections issue. So it's not allowing our user ID to access the MSN weather. Let me check. I'll try to pass some other email ID. We cannot details. It's connected. Get your very latest. Connected. There's no access in the connection. Okay. So what is the issue? We are just checking that. Then if issue at any place. Okay, no problem. Let me run again. Okay. Location service must be enabled to run the flow. Now how I can enable location service for my browser? I don't know how to enable. So location service, enable browser location service. Where settings page. Go on privacy and security here. Privacy and security. Scroll down. Location is there. Where is the location? Again, I need to check. Scroll down and click location. Left hand menu followed by side settings. Privacy setting. Language. So where is the location? Search engine.
Side setting. Side setting working. Working. Go to side setting. Yes.
Location is there. So asking. Okay. Oh, block. Ask before. It's enable. अरे यार कहाँ होते ना. Let me check. Maybe it will ask. Location service must be enabled to run this flow. Already enabled, but still I'll say continue. The pop-up actually it needs to give me the pop-up here. Full access extension C. Save times manage extension. It uses the pop-up. Settings. Let me see guys. So what you do, you run this flow in your system, okay, in your not system, in your mobile, okay. Install the Power Automate, log in with this credential and start. Okay, it will add the entry with all these details, temperature, wind, and all these details. Actually, I am not able to enable it the location parameter here as before recommendation. I remove this block, then it's in block. No block. Ask before external recommended. What is this block notification? Location. Hello. Okay. This is another thing. Sorry. So here, meet view permissions, Microsoft.com. Let me check.
Sir, try enabling your laptop location services.
Huh?
Laptop location services. Go to search and type location and services.
Location yes. Privacy settings. Okay, we enable that. Check that whether the allow accessing location change. Location for the device is on. Allow apps on. Location is set before. Okay, let me. So what I do? Go. I'll go in another browser. Just check that if it will not work, run that app from your mobile, it will fetch the details, okay, and display the details, okay. Just last try and check it on from my uh, uh, Edge browser. By using settings page. Flow, yes, Microsoft Flow. Microsoft Flow allow, 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 Microsoft Flow allow. I have set it. Let me check again. will load. So I have enabled the Microsoft Flow allow there. Still not. Must be enabled. So we cannot. Sorry. I'll open this. Now I paste it here. Just copy this list. Helpful. Hope it will helpful. At the rate. So here I will go and copy password. Your account password is incorrect. Reset. Why it's asking to reset? Okay, guys. What you do? Always I ask. I'm supposed to the password of the simple table. multi-factor authentication में skip कर दो skip. Just a minute, guys. I'm just trying to log in here and just a final try. Skip for. Yes. Okay. So we check that whether it will work on the browser. Okay. I open the Sharepoint site just to navigate Power Automate, or we can also navigate from here. Here also, from here also you can say. Oh, again. And from here we'll run the flow. Okay. Here the my flows. Let's start it. Why it's asking? Oh. Actually, I'm not Raju, not admin. So in my flows, it's not visible to him. Okay. In my flows, it will not visible. So what I do? I will share this flow with Raju. Okay. So I will share here the share this flow with Raju, so that Raju can access that flow. Okay. So Raju, have given required access to Raju. It's shared. Owner, citizen demo, any problem, add. So it asks Raju for permission on that list also. Okay. So pending. Sorry. So I have shared this flow with the Raju. With whom share. Raju का नाम okay. Okay, Raju there. So go back. Let me share. Check. You see Raju name is reflecting your owner. I have made Raju as the owner here. Now here in Raju's bucket we can see the flows, okay, shared with me. Okay, now here run, say continue. Permission issues, because there's the issue in the SharePoint list. We don't have given the permission to Raju on the SharePoint list. I thought it will automatically manage. So what I do, I directly go into the site permission and grant owner or member permission to Raju here. So invite, add member, and because we are adding the item in this list, that's why Raju required permission to access it. So I have added the Raju, given the required access to Raju here. So again, see it asking here, you can see allow the location service, you can see. Now I say allow, now it will say okay. Now it's asking me, say I'm Raju and my parachute type is XYZ. I say run flow. Okay, so flow has been run successfully. So we go here and we check my details are populating or not. See here, not the old entry, new entry from Raju is there or not. Not yet. No entry from Raju here. Paragliding approval request. So I'll go here in this list. Done. I check, go into the flow and check my last run action. Failed. Just failed. Why failed? We check the error. Whether issue getting the current whether failed. Copyright Microsoft unit system MB Teams pressure error query. So we get in a more detailed status code error, location not found. See, the error is location found not found. Somehow because I'm using it on laptop, so that's why MSN cannot recognize the location. So it's better you guys please use it. Open it in your what I say mobile, run that application, so it will definitely work out. Again I will check, say resubmit, not resubmit, just a minute. Or it's or what I do, I'll just go here. Okay, so I just go here and pass the location directly. Okay, hope it will recognize now. Pune is a big city. So again I say test manually, save and test. Now it will ask manually, I said manually, so it will ask me the details. So I'll say Raju, say Pune parachute shoot. Okay, so I say run now and done. Okay, so now you go and check the details. My entry has been created or not? Yes, it's there. Okay, so I passed the details manually. Okay, and it's shown me wind speed 2, then the details showing temperature 29. Okay, visibility dew point Pune. These details we have added. So like this way our flow is working, and it will capture the location details, and based on that from MSN web service it fetch the details. So here we have what we did, we used the MSN service to run our flow and extract the details. So like this way there are many services associated with this, so you can understand the main purpose, the core feature of the Power Automate, how we can use the Power Automate. We stop here and we'll connect in next session. Thank you.